So one thing I thought I'd mention to you guys is I made my way to the Undead, or from the Undead Parish rather. You'll notice that Griggs have been selling several spells that we didn't really use, or wouldn't really use. Things like Aural Decoy, more homing soul spears, and things like that. While we might not use them, you definitely want to buy them. And I'll show one of my soul farming locations earlier for this point in the game later in a separate section in the channel.
Oh.
If you're subscribed, you'll see it. If you're in my channel, you'll see a new section. Just say Dark Souls farming guides. And I will show you how to farm souls, which you'll need some for I don't know, doing quite a few things in the game, buying items, all kinds of junk. But it's necessary to buy every sorcery in the game in order to get the best staff in the game. This one is the best one until you get 30 in intelligence. At 32 in intelligence, you can start using the best staff in the game. So generally this will hold you over until you get that better staff. And we're moving down here. And I already unlocked it, but if you have your Master Key gift, you can unlock this area right here. Some people go on like a little item run and grab some of the items up there on that cliffside before they press on. They're not really necessary, so I didn't really feel the need to go and get them. So I accidentally used my 20 humanities. That's okay. We're going to be spending a lot of that humanity to join a covenant soon anyway, so a lot of that humanity is going away. And another baddie that 3 attacks cause it to bleed out. So I'll just do the 3 attacks, as many as you can, roll away, and then go into the kill. So they go down pretty easily. Other reason that I recommend the Uchi Katana over the Drake Sword, another enemy that bleeds out. Some people say like bleed effects don't matter. Well, they don't affect every enemy. The ones they do have such huge health pools that it's a huge advantage. So we're in Blight Town. Part of this we got to skip because of the Master Key. So as you can see, it does chug here in this area. It does it on the console versions, it'll do it somewhat on the PC version. I don't know what it is about this area. I assume it's something about all the like suspended stuff and all that. This just causes even higher end systems to chug. What I'm on right now is an Alienware laptop, so it's not a low end system. I'm sure it's not the best. If I had the ingenuity, I could probably build one for myself, but I'm not so great at that, and I'm not great at repairing things like registry errors and small things like that, and if I didn't have a tech line to call, I'd probably be screwed. So yeah, I typically buy my laptops from a store. I know I will be shamed by every PC geek and many other types of geek, a proud community of which I am a part of, I might add. Geeks in general, not PC geeks. So up here is the bonfire for the area that you'll rest at. And to make this next fight super easy, we will reverse our hollowing. this will allow us to get invaded by an NPC. So this isn't actual. This isn't an actual character that's invading you. This is just something from the game. And we'll need to go back to our lighter equipments. Gotta kill this guy first. Forgot he was there. Go back to our lighter equipments and equip our rusted ring. So as you can see, we have a little bit more mobility to work with now. And if you saw that red thing off in the distance, there's Mildred. If you defeat her in combat, which isn't that hard, but she takes a lot of damage, and she takes bleed effects again. Awesome news, Uchigatana. You can summon her to kind of act as a tank for you in the next boss fight. So, we'll go to the bonfire, get rid of the poison, spend some of these souls, go with 20 in vitality. And vitality is a more important stat, because if you can't, you know, if you die, you die. If you can't wear one more slightly heavier piece of equipment, you're probably going to be alright. But if you're dead, there's no coming back from that. So we'll run up here. And we'll get poisoned. This is why I didn't want to use one of our purple blooms that we encountered from those mandrakes earlier, is because you have to use one right before the boss fight, or you're poisoned during the boss fight, even with the rusted iron ring, unfortunately. I don't know if there's a real easy way to get past here without getting poisoned. I've never found a way, period, but there might be some sort of way to do so. So, we're down here in Quelagg's domain. There's these weird egg people. Don't fight them because they can latch onto you, or their little parasites can, and it's a pretty tricky curse thing that you have to break. Generally not enjoyable. So we're summoning her. While we're summoning her, she's here now. We will eat our moss. Blast up. Equip our heaviest armor we can. Go back to Hovels. And we're at 38.2. Out of 106.2, so we can probably go upgrade something. Let's go, we'll upgrade to these stone leggings. So yes, we're in all stone except for the gauntlets. So we'll enchant our weapon. And we'll start the boss fight. Oh, I guess I can't skip this one. Oh yeah, I can. It's a spider chick. You probably can't tell. Oh, no, you can from here. There is a chick on top of the spider. Or she's part of the spider. I guess would be more accurate. As you can see, she doesn't take a lot of damage, so it's a lengthy fight. And I don't think she's not one of the people that take bleed, so that's not something that you can utilize against her. So just take the extra damage you get from Mildred, and take any, you know, extra hits that you can get from her. Oh, just took a ton of damage. Back to the fireball. Up and around. Mildred's just rolling around in the fire. She doesn't even care. the AI-controlled characters don't really always do a ton, but they at least distract the bosses, which is enough for you to do things like enchant your weapon, get some strikes in that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. Definitely worth the 1 humanity it takes to summon her. And eat another AoE attack. didn't need that one, fortunately. That would have been enough to push me over the edge. For some reason, I find these very story-centric heavy fights where you can summon the people, they're just a ton easier than the fights where you're just stuck by yourself. I guess they're not always meant to be. You can do these fights by yourself too. And they'd probably be way, way harder, but in general, since you can summon people, like for the gargoyle fight and this fight, they end up being a lot easier than things like, I don't know, the Capra Demon and his two wolf friends. If you're having trouble with any of the fights, really, there's always the potential for there to be players within your summonable level range, so it's something that's worth looking into and hollowing potentially to see if you can find a player in your range. So there we go. The Chaos Witch Quelagg is dead, and some of these storyline bosses give their own souls that can be used for making new weapons, and you can just use them to get a ton of souls as well. The real use for them is to make the cool-ass weapons. And we'll ring the bell, second bell. That means we've rung both the bells, and we've unlocked our way into Analondo. So, there's that. I'm actually not going to end this guide right here, though. I'm going to show you a secret. That's not really that secret anymore, thanks to the internet, but it's a cool little secret area. You go to, oh, a little bit of a slowdown. Go over here, unlock this door. Talk to one of these wormy dudes.
Oh dear, what happened?
Just say that you are, and you'll get the chance to join a covenant. Later, towards the end of the game, when you're preparing for your New Game Plus, all these Fire Keepers, and she's one of them, you'll want to kill yourself so that you can take their soul and reinforce your Estus Flax at the start of the next playthrough. But, for now, we're just going to talk to her. She is the covenant that you can join and give the 30 souls to in order to be able to skip on ahead. Or 30 humanity, rather. So what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to make you guys watch, is I'm going to give her all of my humanity and tell you how much that is at the start of the next guide. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next guide.